Out. Okay, move it over here, do the thing, and we are back. Welcome, everybody, to the Rookzer0 live stream. I am back from a long weekend. I forgot to move my microphone. I apologize for that. 1 second. All right, loud noises. There we go. That's fixed. How is everybody doing today? We are back, I suppose. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Maggie, welcome to the stream today, the chat, the YouTube chat. I will be hanging out in the Discord chat as always. We are going to be doing some stuff in Photoshop today. It is a commission day. And I will be doing some, what is it? Dual sold Scourge, Asimar, Sword locking, I guess. That's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to try some new poses today. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Man, my allergies have just plugged my nose up completely. I was fine 3 minutes ago, and now I can't breathe. So that's cool. We're going to figure that out. I don't know how I got here, but I'm intrigued. Welcome, Sean. Welcome to the Discord chat. I suppose welcome to the YouTube chat. If you'd like to join the Discord chat, I am in the voice chat today for people to come hang out. That'll be down in the comments below. Let me actually get over to our drawing stage. There we are. Mr. Apples, welcome. I'm going to wait a little bit to really start chit-chatting up what's up today. Today is going to be the first of... Welcome, Foolish Mortals. Welcome, Corvus. Today is actually the first week of me going back to work. So today is going to be a regular day. I'm going to stream until about noon. And then later this week, where we normally have 5 days, I'm going to be streaming a little earlier because I still want to stream for everybody. This is definitely not the end of the live stream. But I'll have to stream a little earlier. And so this week I'm going to do three shows because I still want to do the Wednesday viewer submission, and Friday free draw. I think those are the most important ones. So they're going to be a little bit earlier, and they'll probably be cut short this week until we figure out how that's going to work. So that's just, is this a D&D session, or this is actually just going to be me drawing a D&D character that someone has commissioned me to draw. There probably won't be any D&D gameplay, but we'll definitely talk about D&D. So I think I'm going to deny what you said, but I can't deny the fact that Corvus... Indeed, foolish mortal who never indeed. Badass. All right, I like it. Also, welcome to the... I didn't realize it until this morning when I started typing it. This is the 68th plus 1 episode, so get your nices out now, or don't, or put it in the comments. I think that'll be funny. Yeah, we'll keep going from there. Can't believe it's almost been 70 days since the Backstreet Boys reunion tour has started, or at least kicked me out. So we're going back. We're finally done with the tour, and we're gonna be heading back to work. So this is an interesting piece because the commissioner has given me like a very specific concept. Pardon the sniffles while my allergies stop kicking my butt. That was focused around basically a twinning rod, I think it's called. We're going to do 2 Eldritch Blasts out of this. So I'm going to need to draw 2 Eldritch Blasts. I think is going to be pretty cool. I want to get a pose that kind of shows that off. It's got a very Harry Dresden feel to it to me, even though it's like thematically not the same at all. But that's where my head's at. I'm going to try to get... And this is going to be a weird pose. I don't think I've ever drawn a pose like this. So I'm going to grab some reference. We're going to draw some stuff. The Backstreet Boys reunion tour has been gone wild lately. Be careful. Get your tickets everywhere. Absolutely. I hope everybody is staying safe out there. Welcome, Corvus. Let's see if I can get a good pose here. Turn down for what now? Sorry, I had to do it. Bad joke. If you take a Scourge, Asimar, and a Divine Sorcerer at level 17, you can get the wings that every other Asimar gets while keeping the boom boom holy explosion stuff. I assume that is the case. That sounds about right. So we're I really like this character. I think this is a cool idea. Yeah, I like the Scourge Jasper. I think it's really cool. What's a good pose? Ooh, yeah, there's a good one of. No, that's bad. That's a bad one. What else we got going on here? Da, 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 da. You know, I might have to bust out the figures for this one because I'm not finding any good references. I haven't. No, I have. Don't say oh no. Don't say oh no. I've got this covered. Hold up. Hold up. We got a handful of like action figures and stuff that I can kind of pose out and see what's what. Try to get this nice and bam, 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 bam. Wouldn't have been like that. Do I want to go forward? If you're shooting somebody with a Eldritch Blast through a rod, Eldritch Blast. Good old Text Blade Warlocks. What's a good pose here? Maybe that way? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll stretch it across and have the mask in the left hand. Okay. We're going to start over here. Here we go. That's how the art do, you know? That's how the cookie crumbles. Let's see, how's that spine positioned? But yeah, so if you have any questions for me today, anybody about the new schedule or why that's going to be the way it is, feel free to talk to me about it because I know I've been having a lot of fun hanging out with everybody, and I do not want the live stream to stop. But per life happening, I will have to cut back the hours or change the hours in the upcoming weeks until we kind of figure out what's going on. Hopefully one day we will have the potential to just do this nonstop. And for everybody that has supported the channel thus far, and that includes people that are just watching the videos and sharing links and commenting, we're getting closer because of all of your hard work. So thank you for enjoying the content. Thank you for participating in the community. And we will keep chugging along just at a slightly slower pace for the current foreseeable future. The Backstreet Boys have done their business with my business, and we'll see what happens with them. That is really rigid. Why does that look so bad? Oh, I see what I did, because I didn't curve it enough. Really, I think of the SMR I've had people play, 2/3 of them have been Scourge SMR. And that's the 3 that I've had in my parties. Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of edgy people. Mr. Apple just asked, is everyone safe to join the Discord while the chat is streaming, or is it exclusive? Anybody can join the Discord. We do have a live stream channel in the Discord. It is not streaming to YouTube, so you won't be heard. I'll try to engage with people that way. There is times if people are talking over people, I will either mute them or have to basically talk about them. And sometimes I will have to talk over people talking in the live stream because YouTube will get bored if I'm the only one talking and I'm just waiting for people to finish their stories. So Sean says he wants to play a Vanner. I hope you saw my Vanara video. I really had a lot of fun making that one. I don't think I've gotten the stickers for them yet, but I'm working on that. That'll be fun. So Mr. Apple, yeah, if you'd like to join the Discord, you're very welcome to. There's a live stream there. You can just listen in to hear the conversation there. But I do ask that you follow the rules of the Discord, which are pretty standard. Don't be a jerk. Be respectful of people, and that's it. Yeah, have fun with it. So, and that is where on Fridays I will post links in the Discord if you want to join the community drawing. Okay, so I want to tilt the head down. That's part of the problem here, and I'm going to keep bouncing back and forth between talking to people and talking to myself with the art. So don't feel too bad if you get confused, because half time I'm confused. So We're going to go with that. We're going to get bigger shoulders. Yep, there we go. Now, see, that's looking better. Now we got some beef getting put on these bones. Got a trench coat. I think probably the trench coat and the rod are the reasons I'm thinking of Harry Dresden. That's not a bad thing. I love me a good Dresden book. That's true. I think the iconic. I don't know which one influenced which. I'm very curious. I would bet the Inquisitor was probably based off of Harry Dresden. Yeah. So here's the skinny about the Harry Dresden TV show. I definitely didn't make me think how I planned on playing him. I wanted to create a samurai Vanara from a unicorn clan. That sounds really cool. Sean. Yeah, the Harry Dresden TV show I didn't know existed until I read all the books. And they're still coming out with new books, but I think right before the most recent book came out, which that was 2 years ago now. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. But I'm like, holy crap, there's a Dresden show. I'm gonna watch this, and I watched it, and I was just like, what is this? Like, none of the characters are the same. They've done some weird things, but really, what it was is, they made it a TV cop drama. Like, it has all the tropes and like things, and I'm betting a lot of it was, we have this detective fantasy detective show we want. Let's skin it with Harry Dresden, which is kind of a bummer. Lost Girl. I haven't seen that one. What was the other one? There was another one. So. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I think it didn't so much fail as a TV show or fail the book as it had to fit a medium that I don't think it was specifically set for, because the Dresden books are very much like part detective novel. That's how they're written. They're written very noir, and then with a whole bunch of stuff thrown in. And the TV shows were very much like, what is a sitcom TV show we can do? And they just filled that. And that's the bummer of it. So it lost a lot of its flavor. I'm still new to D&D. Haha, only played once, but there is so much to it. Yeah, Sean, there is a butt ton of D&D. Oh yeah, 30 plus years sounds about right. I currently have any of the Pathfinder books that are not out of print. I own, I think. I have a lot of them. D&D 5th edition, I started collecting some of them. I have a handful of those. I have a lot more online. I have digital copies. Man, I just can't talk at all right now. But too early in the morning. That and my cat has been sleeping in the flower bushes, and he's like, hey, what's up? Would you like this pollen up your nose? That would be great. Let me put that there. So, but yeah, no, I just, as well, this weekend was gifted by a wonderful member. Thank you, by the way, again, for the Pathfinder 2nd edition core rulebook and Dungeon Master Guide. So I'm excited for this. So there's always more content coming out, Sean. Don't feel bad if you feel like, too much. It just keeps coming. So definitely find things you like, and when you find something you like, use it. Like, that's the best part about it. So absolutely don't feel overwhelmed. Everybody is. It is a commission. Yes, I do commissions. If you'd like to commission me or anyone else in the Discord, because we have a lot of really cool artists, feel free to send me a direct message or drop it down in the promote yourself. You can just say, I'm looking for an artist, and you can definitely find different things. I'm currently backlogged a little bit. I'm about 2 weeks behind with people asking me to do work. And now with me going back to work, it's probably going to slow down even more. So you can definitely ask. I will put you on a list if you like my prices and such, and then we go from there. So, but it is definitely an option. Okay, so this guy's body is curved like this. It's a circle. I gotta blow my nose. I think that's the only thing that's gonna save me. I'll be right back. That, or I'm gonna like go snort a whole bunch of hot pepper mustard stuff. So, give me a minute. Okay, we'll try that. That might make me able to talk better. We'll see how that goes. Recently, I haven't done any art now. It's a long time because of it. Oh, that is a bummer to hear. I hope you can get back into art. Tribulations and hurting yourself is always a bummer, and it sucks when you can't do art from it. I remember I used to skateboard a lot. There would every now and again be like, well, now my wrist is in a cast for 2 months, so I'm not going to be doing that for a while. Youth. Well, I wasn't a skater bro. I was a skater bro before bros were a thing. I think I was a skater punk. Would probably be closer to what I was. But yeah, I was. Excuse me. I was pre-trucker hat era of skateboarding. I was pre-skinny jeans. I was back to baggy pants and trying to keep your pants up while you're ollie and stuff. So that's how old I am. Oh man, good luck. Hey man, if I hopefully was the kid in high school that nobody remembers, I think is probably who I was. But it was weird dude. Yep. Yeah, my high school group hung out in the band room and played Magic the Gathering, so I don't know how that worked. Magic the Gathering. What were the celestial guides of the Aasimar player who had, and how did they act towards them if they knew about them? Weird question, but I really am seeing how other people's play Aasimar. Let's take a look. I have a little bit of a prompt. Sorry about the coughing. It's not really coughing, just can't talk today. So let's see. I'm trying to make this a Sorlock Scourge Aasimar. Carries a rod of Keeper and his lots of warlocky skulls on the staff I'm gonna draw. So just a heads up, I will be drawing lots of skulls today. You missed Magic the Gathering. It's one of those things, you know. If you got your old deck, you can still play, which is great. For the theme, he's a shadow sorcerer, balancing against his divine hunt for evil. So many friendships destroyed. That sounds about right. We have the rule for Uno can also destroy friendships. Uno's Magic the Gathering, Monopoly. Monopoly is a good way to kill your friends. That's not how I meant to say that. Kill your friendships. Please don't kill your friends while playing Monopoly. It's not worth it. It's only $500 fake dollars. Yeah, fish should be above the shoulder, not at shoulder. There we go. That's looking better. Man. I woke up this morning and I was like, yeah, I woke up early. I feel great. This is going to be fine. I pet my cat for like 10 minutes and now I just can't breathe. Trying to kill me, cat. It's not cool. Cause you're the platypus. Was Doofenshmirtz? That's not the right name. Was it? Doofenshmirtz. There we go. Yep. Was he allergic to Perry the platypus, or was she just always ruining his day? Right, but Doofenshmirtz wasn't like allergic to him, was he? Okay. Because I think that would be pretty funny. Like, ah! That is my blight today. Is cat. No, I'm not allergic to my cats. I'm just allergic to the crap that they roll in. Oh, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Got a mask here we need to figure out. It's supposed to be like a plague mask, but we might have to move that around some. We'll see what happens. I don't know why his leg would be up like that. It kind of looks good on the figure, but not quite so good on the... Yeah, I think I might have over-exaggerated this a little bit with the figure. In a moment, the incident. I assume nothing less apples. When a friend wanted to play Monopoly with me, and any time after that, after that, it was called The Incident. That's fair. I have some evil plots for Monopoly, and that's why I'm not allowed to play it anymore. And I'm not going to share them with you because they're my secrets, and I will probably take them to my grave. But yeah, Monopoly, friendship destroyers. You know, sometimes you can play Mario Party and destroy your friendships. That's not a good one to play. Mario Party. Morning, Mr. Jonas. How are you today? It's a good afternoon. Ah, bummer. So many incidents in games with my friends, and now they don't want to play any board games with me at all. You know, maybe it's time to reevaluate how you play board games. No, I have some people that it's just not fun to play with. It's like, you know what? I just don't want to. And I think I've been that person too. There was a time in my life when winning was a lot more important to me than it is now. Yeah, you got to learn. You got to grow up. You got to learn sometimes. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to give this a collar because he wants a trench coat. I like the high collar coats. You gotta get those drawing skills back up. I think I'm gonna do something like this. I want this coat to bunch though. I think this is gonna be a good bunched coat. Three cobalts in a trench coat. That's the way to do it. What is going on with this? Woo! Let's try that again. Today is commission day. Strategy is my zone. They never thought far ahead, so it's easy to win since they never think about the future. Only what's going on right now. Yeah, you can really start slamming on people when you play a lot of video games and you gamify everything. So, but it's also not the best. Sometimes you just gotta play apples to apples the way apples to apples wants to be played, and hope for the best. Yeah, I think that's the important part, is finding the right people to play with. Okay. I was go ahead. I was just gonna say I've played apples to apples with playing with your friends is really fun, but if you're like too good of friends, it's like you know their sense of humor so well that it's not really funny. It's like, oh, that was your answer, and they're like, yeah. Oop. Phone calls. So many phone calls. Oh yeah, you guys probably heard my cell phone ring. Sorry about that. I do love me a good Bastion. You gotta. Boop. Confirmed. He's part Overwatch player currently attacked by Bastion. Yeah, I used to take a lot of flack for playing Bastion, but hey, I got gold ranked with Bastion, so I'm not too shabby with him, I think. I think I got to Diamond once, and then I stopped playing after that. I'd have to double check that, but you'd have to check. You know what? You know what? The best way to check that would be to go to the Tandem Gamers page and see what the last Overwatch video I ever posted was, because I think we were playing ranked. Yeah, we played Smite for a little bit after that. It wasn't super our thing. Bastion? Oh, that's pretty funny. Why wouldn't that make sense? What makes Cthulhu not a legitimate god? Jeebus. You know, that doesn't surprise me. 2 years ago, probably makes sense. I had a cool idea for it, which was just like, because Jump Rope and I would play together, and so we would just, I'd create the split screen effect after the fact, and that was pretty fun. I liked that. Post-production. I got a lot of people pissed off at me. They're like, how did you do this? I want to play with my friends. I'm like, it's all fakery. It's all, you know, it's TV magic. It's just TV magic. That's how that works. The gaming community is a weird beast to try to tackle on the YouTubes. While good, while bad. I can get from, I have two monitors. I can get from the far left on one monitor to the far right on the other in half an inch. That's the sensitivity. Oh man. Also, that's why I'm not a good sniper. So if you ever want to play, yeah, I'm not good with that kind of stuff. But I do all right. You know, I do all right in Call of Duty and stuff. Welcome. Someone dropped. Someone else started off. People jumping in and out of the call all day. Let's see what we got. I'm a Hanzo main. Hanzo main. No, that's cool. I like that. That's good. Diamond and retire. That's kind of the way to do it. Like, if you ever hit diamond, it's just like, that's it. We're done. The mold. I used to mold Earth once in a campaign, and the DM didn't know what I was planning. I dug a very deep hole and tricked enemies into it and making them massive fall damage. I had one of my players try to use mold Earth to like capture somebody and crush him, but I'm like, he's level 1, and I had to mute myself because I was gonna sneeze. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. Man, I actually haven't played that many games. Oh well. 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, Aggie is up if you want to draw. Sorry, I got distracted with my Overwatch statistics. I've played Bastion for an entire day of my life. Apparently. Ooh. Oh boy. Today's commission day, so we're drawing. What are we drawing? We're drawing a. Yeah, we're drawing a Sorlock. So you know, if you want to draw a fallen Asimar Sorlock, go for it. Yeah, Sorcerer Warlock. This guy's got some beef. I like it. I will ask again, just to reiterate the rules. Please, everyone, be careful not to talk over each other. It gets very loud. It's all right. We just gotta keep be vigilant about it. Bugbears, for example, and just general monsters, but most people realize that I'm trying to do that. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Mold Earth. Sure, I get that. The Mold Earth hole. That's a pretty good idea. I like it. Yeah, Bastion's pretty fun. I think I had a Genji like how to guide out on YouTube at one point in time. I don't know if that's still up or not. But Genji's fun. Back when I worked at a Game Crazy, I had pretty much every system that was available, and I only ever really played one of them. So I'm not a big system person anymore. I think computers are kind of the way to go now, especially with how much stuff is. Switch is really fun. Actually, you're right. I do have a Switch, so I guess that counts. I kind of don't think of the Switch as a console. I think of it as a mobile. It's a mobile device, basically, which is weird. Oh, it's not necessarily true, but it's pretty good. I do love me a good Zelda game, so. Switch is definitely good. You know, now that I think about it, I think I've stuck with the Nintendo. Yeah, that's funny. So I guess I haven't bought a new Xbox in a long time or a new PlayStation, but. Da, da. When you mold Earth, is it a certain scale length you control within your turn, or is it endless? 5 feet, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it's based on a cubic dimension of Earth that can be shifted. So I think it's a 5-foot square, and then it gets bigger based on your level or the number of spell slots. I don't remember. With Pathfinder, it is like you can move X amount of cubes of feet of dirt. Oh, man, today's just weird. Today's being weird. People driving up in my parking lots just to leave. Don't know what's going on. Yeah. Da, da, da. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Turns out it was a guy delivering a package. That makes more sense. All right. Well, my driveway. I have a driveway. I don't know why. Yes, I own a whole parking lot. That would be awesome, actually. So it's like an extra 5 for level 1? I'd have to double check, Sean. I think there's, it depends. Especially with 5e. I haven't used it a lot in 5e. Cool way of using mold earth is to also trip someone over just moving the earth below their feet. That's a good way to do it. Can also make it difficult terrain. Yeah, that was actually an argument I had with one of my players with that. He wanted to use mold earth. No, this was like when I first started DMing. This is one of the first games I DM'd. He wanted to use mold earth to just like encase somebody. Like I just make a shell around him and crush him. And I'm like, I don't think that would work because you only have so much dirt. So like, and we argued about it. When really I should have just like, okay, that happens, and he gets to make a strength check to try to like break out of it. But being inexperienced, we argued instead of talking about it, and it kind of ruined the whole experience for a long time that he didn't want to play D&D with us. So definitely, it's pretty difficult. I mean, being a DM takes some skills that a lot of people don't regularly exercise. So it takes game knowledge, and it takes yeah, I bet. Trampolines are fun. Sounds like a good family time. I did not. Okay, let's get this head shape done. I think that's probably a good head shape there. Trying to get my friends who really wouldn't play to play. Yeah, John, that's a tough one. D&D is kind of one of those things that, like, if someone doesn't want to play it, they're probably not going to have a fun time. But there have been people that are like, oh, I don't think I'd like that, and then they've enjoyed it. So it's kind of one of those things. It really takes a. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. Like, that's definitely okay. This is a weird one today. I feel like I'm still warming up. I'm not sure if this is going to be my final piece. That's true. Math is definitely a component. Yeah. I think that, I mean, a lot of the math especially if you're playing 5th edition, there's a lot less math. And a lot of it can't just be written out. And there are ways to simplify the game to deal with that. Oh boy. I have a super. Yeah, it should. I mean, I think Divinity is based around the same. Yeah, turn-based strategy. That's pretty indicative of RPGs. I didn't really get into Original Sin. My friends rushed me through it, and I didn't think the combat was as enticing as it could have been. So, because I wasn't really playing the game, I was just kind of sloshing through combat with them. I was like, "Yeah, this is okay." Didn't get super into it though. Was the story better? Did that make it better? I really want to try a superhero style D&D. I know it's not called that. It's just a noob. That's all right. Yeah, there's a couple different superhero things you can do out there. I haven't played any of them. I know the Adventure Zone guys did one that seemed kind of interesting. I wasn't a big fan of that mode though. That game style. I don't know if that used Apocalypse or not, but. Same world, so if one group kills an NPC, the other group can't meet the NPC if they go that way to the town. That's interesting. I'm playing right now. I have 2 different campaigns where they started as one campaign, but then they split into an evil and a good campaign, and they have clashed a few times, which has been kind of funny. Whenever we have like a big get together, I'll find an excuse for them to meet. Yeah, and I've had there's a D20 book out there for Marvel characters. I don't know if it's actually published by Marvel, but I know it exists because a couple of my friends were playing, basically playing X-Men. My hay fever is taking over. Ooh, okay. Just seasonal allergies. I do blame my cat, but it'll be fine. All right, here we go. Let's do that. I think he's asleep. Yeah, they're all asleep right now. It's past their awake time. All right, let's see what's going on here. So yeah, just to reiterate, I talked about this a little bit earlier when the stream started, but we've had more people join in. So this week is going to be weird because I am headed back to work since the Backstreet Boys reunion tour is coming to an end, hopefully. At least it is winding down. So I will be heading back to work tomorrow. So there will be... Yeah. Man, what the hell is up with the Backstreet Boys? Why is everybody so interested in them? No, they went evil after they found that. Oh, this is about your party. I thought it was still about the Backstreet Boys. They went evil and found out they could kill NPCs and rob banks and steal money from people they kill. Yeah, I feel like I tried nail polish for the first time today. What a flippin' hassle. I didn't know people have to be patient like that. Yeah, not. It's a process. It's definitely a process. I can't stand the smell of nail polish or nail polish remover, so I have not done that in many, many years. But yeah, Backstreet, all right. Very good. Yeah, so tomorrow there will be no episode tomorrow. Wednesday and Friday this week will remain there, but they're going to be earlier. So I'm going to start about 2 hours early because I have to go to work. And so until I figure out how that's going to really apply, we're just going to shift the Wednesday, Friday to 7:30, starting at 7:30. It's just work. Work is work, you know. You got to do stuff. Yep. But so that's gotta happen, and so I will be shifting the live streams there until we figure out kind of better. I'm gonna have to rearrange my schedule, try to get things worked out. So Wednesday will still be the community suggestion, viewer suggestion day. Friday will still be the community drawing, but there will not be a Tuesday or a Wednesday show this week. Next week we will see how that changes, and we'll go from there because it's gonna be a little weird for a while. But I do want to keep this going. Once again, everyone has been amazing and wonderful, helping this channel grow. And as the channel grows, I will hopefully be able to dedicate more time to it. But as for the next weeks, it's just the live stream is going to suffer, and there's no way around that. So I am assuming as soon as my schedule settles, I might be able to start doing later shows again, like we used to in the very first few episodes. Probably 2 or 3 hours. So I think Mondays, or I'm sorry, from normal it will probably be 3 hours later. To start from when how did I say this? It's going to be in the evening, which I know for Jonas is going to be super late, so I don't know how we're going to work that out, but we'll work something out. Mondays I think are going to stay pretty static, so we might have to switch around. Mondays might become the community draw days, and Fridays will become commission days, but we'll work that out. So that's just, things are going to change. Change is hard, and so I do apologize for that. But I'm definitely, the channel's not going anywhere. It's just we're gonna have to switch some stuff up. So bear with me during that. And once again, I did want to reiterate that everybody here makes this channel possible, and I very much appreciate all the support and love that you guys send my way, that everybody sends my way. So I definitely want to keep that up and running. And someday we can hopefully, if the channel is sustaining itself, I won't have to go to a different job, and it'll be fine, and that'll be that. So, but that's something that's going to be future directions. Yeah, maybe sooner than not, but it is going to be a while, I think, and that's totally fine. We'll see how that goes. Neutral. Yeah, that's kind of what I was planning. If I still have the same increases, probably by the end of I don't know if the end of this year, but by the end of next year, I think we can probably get this channel supporting itself. We'll find out, but that's also going to depend on, views from the videos, and I think we're going to start a few new video. What's the word I'm looking for? Series. I think we're going to try to start some new series in the upcoming months. Definitely. Oh, did I pause something? No, we're good. The D&D live stream, live play animatic is in the works, and it's so slow. It's so slow, but hopefully that will speed up as I'm kind of getting used to it. So that should be out. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to get that out this. I don't want to promise it this week because this is my first week back to work. I was planning to try to get it out this week. I promised it last week, and then my boss is like, "Hey, we're gonna have you start coming back into work on Tuesday," and I was like, "Oh crap." So it's definitely in the works. I do have this commission and one other commission ready to go. So we'll see how long those take. Why? Yeah. If the question of why I have to work another job is because I need money. I need money to live and pay for things and pay for the channel. So YouTube is not as lucrative as it once was. I don't actually know if that's true because I'm pretty new to YouTube. Definitely not a Markiplier level of success yet. But man, I don't know if I want to be Markiplier levels. Do I want all the stress? Fangirls. Yeah, I don't have any fangirls yet, and that's totally fine. I don't need. I'm not looking for fanboys either, but I do enjoy the community so far. I'm terrified of that. I get enough weird spam in my email about random stuff. I'm terrified that people are going to start like sending me stuff. I got one. What is it? Like every week or so, I get like, hey, our social media platform is building new blah 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 blah. We think your content's perfect for it, and I'm like, I look at what the website is. And it's always like, oh, health and fitness on your Apple phone. And I'm like, that's nothing that I do. Like I do push-ups. That's true. Maybe that's what's getting me that. But it's like I keep getting these like business propositions from just random people that I assume they're just like, oh, YouTube page with more than 1,000 subscribers. Give us money? And it's like, nope, no, thank you. So it's something you have to deal with all the time. Raid Shadow Legends. I think you actually have to reach out to them. But that is what... Oh, do they reach out to you? Man, I don't know. I haven't gotten that yet. I haven't gotten the sponsorship videos. Yeah. It's business, man. We're totally getting way off of D&D topic, and now we're talking about YouTube. But hey, if you're interested in that, let me know. I was on my D&D channel when I make Icelandic content for my recommendation stuff, and the only D&D stuff, so I ended up here and switched to the account to subscribe because it's content. Perfect. Video sponsored by... hashtag not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, hashtag not sponsored by NordVPN. Whatever Mr. Apples is saying is a lie. Don't... Man, I don't know if I would trust NordVPN. Like, if they were like, "Hey, we'll give you money," it's like, man, I want your money, but screw you. I'm not happy with your service. I'm gonna have to really picky about that stuff, I think. I've had to use a couple of VPNs in the past for my for work, and I'm not happy with a lot of them. Well, until it collapses, I definitely still need it. So, otherwise my lights go out and my internet turns off, and that's no good. That's a no bueno. So. Blame the people. Well, it depends. And we're not going to talk about politics anyways here because that's against the rules. So, Uber, honey. But hashtag not sponsored. Totally not sponsored by any of these people. It's kind of weird how anyone can put these videos and ads on YouTube now. Yeah, I actually don't know who is putting ads on my video currently. I think I can opt out of them, but so if you do see an ad on one of my videos that seems sketch, just know I have no idea who is sponsoring my videos because I'm not actually sponsored. And if I do hear something that I think, if you don't agree with something that you see, let me know, because that can definitely be something I can look into to basically say, like, hey, I don't want these people sponsoring me. And I'm fine with doing that kind of stuff, especially with everything that's been going on lately. I think it's kind of important that we look at that kind of stuff. And a few people have told me, like, oh, you shouldn't be sponsored on YouTube at all. It's like, well, once again, money, lights. You have to pick your fights sometimes. So I will definitely do that when I need to. And please let me know. I'm totally open to ideas like that, but I do have to put food on the table for these fat cats that just loaf about and don't have jobs. You hear that? You hear that? Go get a job. Go get a job. Yeah, he's just flopped down and started licking his junk. Great. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I think I'm gonna have to start over again. I think I'm trying to do this commission, but like it's just not coming out the way I want. Boop. Let's try it over. Today's a weird day, and I do this sometimes when I do commissions. I just kind of float for a bit. I want to get back to that pose I was thinking about, because I want to get this. He's got this rod, this warlock rod that sounds pretty dope. That sounds really weird. It's called communism. Hey, Star Trek had a communism. Yeah. Yep. People were the enemies the whole time. People. Okay. We got a hand. Done. Okay, that's the whole commission. We're done. Have a good day. Once the BSB tour is over, that is. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, so we're slowly starting to come out of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. And so I'm going to have to adapt with the times. Adapt with the times. Yeah, we're pretty bad here. We're still not over it, definitely. I hope people are staying safe. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, I would be mad too. Getting your bike stolen is no fun. That's a good. That's a great way to keep track of your bike. Have your name written on it in a different language. No, you still. Yep. Take care of it. Talk to people about it. It's worth dealing with. My bet is it's in a ditch like 2 blocks away. Oh, that sucks. 5 more hands. Got his name on most things except Reddit and Discord. I have alter egos on Reddit so my friends don't find my Reddit. I think that's... that sounds weird. I did another stretched figure. I don't know if that's what I want. Like, very splayed. I tend to draw a lot of very splayed people. I'm trying to get creative with the pose. I'm trying to get better poses. I've drawn a flayed man. Yep, that sucks. Yeah, getting people taking your stuff isn't fun. Ooh, that's not bad. I like that pose. We'll do the backwards. The backward stance. Oh, that looks real good. Yeah, I like that. I like this. I like where this is going. We'll go to the left. Go the arm out. Let's not be racist towards kobolds. Let's not do that. If anyone uses, if I use control flame on a fire Gensai, can I instantly extinguish their flames? I would say no, but they do. I would say they could make a will save, and then also they could just turn their flames back on. So there are a few things I could definitely see you using control flames to, if they fail their save, reduce any like flame-based things they have, like if they can breathe fire or they want to burn you with their physical flames. I would say, yeah, you could extinguish that, but it wouldn't like kill them. Yeah. I actually have to go to all. Have a wonderful day. Sean, thanks for hanging out today. It was good to hear from you. We'll see you next time, I hope. Roose Bolton. Will they die like Charmander if they got their fire tails out? See, I don't think so. I don't think they would die from getting their fire put out. But I think you could definitely. Yeah, you could definitely hamper their ability with that spell. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, they would definitely have the ability to fight you for it. Like, oh, I want to extinguish your flames. It's like, boop, it turns off, and then they just turn it back on. Like, it wouldn't permanently remove their fire because they're basically generating it all the time. So you could, like, I'm going to shoot my fire at you, deflect it, right? Like, I think that's a unique use for those spells. And there are some spells that I would allow people to cast as a reaction to things like that if they're creative with it. Are you going bananas over here? Well, that's definitely not an ASMR, but it could be. Yeah, today's a weird day for art. It just doesn't feel quite right. Where did that come from? I looked that up once. I have, yeah. I was just pointing. I'm pointing it. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think that's it. I mean, the ASMR is I don't remember if I touched on that in the video, because AAS. I don't remember. I also don't remember. You mentioned a flayed person. Jonas mentioned a flayed person. Because I said I was drawing a splayed person. Because I was drawing the character just like completely open instead of giving them any directional. So, technically, the ASMR, however you want to say it, are outsider touched. Yeah, newborn outsider people. But I don't Oh. I mean, you could. I guess you could make an argument that they would be Nephilim, but yeah, they're there. The firstborn. I'm all about that Diablo, yo. Diablo game. Really. Wait, what? Oh. I don't have a problem with them making a Diablo version for mobile. I think that's fine. They should have definitely not done what they did. New Diablo game. Haha! Just kidding. It's a mobile remake. It's like, get out of here. Yeah, exactly. So Jonas is Roose Bolton from Game of Thrones. I guess so. I guess Jonas is Roose Bolton now. Because you like flaying people, is I think what the YouTube chat is assuming. Because you wanted me to flay somebody. Yeah, it was a bad joke. Bad joke. Yeah, I just realized now that you don't watch Game of Thrones, so that you totally goes over your head. The Flayed Men are a faction, and they flay people. In the books, not that big of a character. Totally added for TV because it's gross. Yeah, I need to read more of those. I just bought a new one of those, and I need to listen to it. I don't think so. Yeah, this is weird. I don't know what you're talking about, to be totally honest. Gaby's asking, what are we drawing? Oh, what's your demon? Nice. Today we are drawing we're doing a commission of a Scourge Aasimar Sorlock. Yeah. Mr. Apple's asking, I use shape water to move water Gensai then, or at least their hair. I would argue you could probably move their hair. I don't know if you could freeze it. Maybe you could, but once again, will save. Like, they get the opportunity to resist it. I don't see why you'd be able to do that. Oh yeah, no. If somebody like starts flinging magic at you, regardless of the type of magic, you slay them. You just slay them straight up. There you go, Jonas. There's a the Bolton's flayed man flag. Yeah, Podor. Roose Bolton is just one of the characters in the book. Pretty close, actually, but apparently created with druid magic, which doesn't make any damn sense. Huzzah! Jeez and crackers. Ow! Everything's fine. I just knocked a bunch of crap off my desk. Those buggers will get what they're coming to. I want what? You want to move all their hair? Why do you hate the Gensai so much? It will anger them, but it's totally worth the effort. Yeah, that's a little seems like there's a backstory there that we don't know. But maybe yeah, well, why are you harassing Genasi's is a great question. Okay, so here's the better pose. I like this. I like where this is going. We got to have some glowy eyes. That's going to be a thing. because they have the twin soul thing going on. We got a mask that he's removed. That's going to be a plague mask. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Yeah, this is a commission someone just reached out to me on Discord for. So I got it. Okay, grab the head there. We're going to do that. Rah! Likely blah, blah. Why the hat? Oh, why the hate? Okay, yeah. Why the hat? That could be an ASMR actually. I mean, so there's the thing. Like, tieflings and ASMR are both old outsider lineages, and they are specific lineages. But they are in D&D specifically. Like, tieflings are all very specifically from one place that are referred to as tieflings, and there could definitely be tons of other half-blooded outsiders. Versus, like, tieflings is very much usually from a specific demonic or demon, or I don't remember which one, lineage in humans. Devil humans, sure. And then ASMR are very much from planar outsiders that are lawful good from one place and humans. So could you have an orc ASMR? I would absolutely say yes, but it probably wouldn't be called an ASMR because those are a specific name for a group, small group. But the concept you could absolutely have. So a lawful good outsider blood lineage in an orc. And I would argue that really, like, sorcerers, if you have the draconic bloodline sorcerer, that's the same concept. So you could definitely have an ASMR that is, instead of having draconic, it's like angelic. If you had like an angelic sorcerer, that would be the same kind of thing, just not from that specific area. Orcs? That's just kind of, I think everybody does that. Like, humans have done that. That's why they did it, and it was bad. And we've decided that orcs are bad, so they do bad things that people have done. It's the same thing with, we talked about that with the drow last week, I think. The drow basically just did every atrocity that humans did, and they decided, what if a fantasy race did that? Let's make a race that does that. So, Bri, welcome. Thank you for the tip. Chaotic good celestials. Yeah, chaotic good celestials. Probably look like what you just said, which I can't repeat on YouTube. So we're gonna scoot on by. Demonetize. Yep, no, that's the case. Drow, if you're talking to us, it sounds like you're talking into a potato. That was not me making fun of Drow. I just literally, that's what he sounded like. I couldn't understand anything he said. I did hear you say, maybe I am. That's the only thing I understood from any of that. Wait, you can tip on YouTube? You absolutely can tip on YouTube, Mr. Apples. You can tip. You can super sticker if you want a super sticker. I think those are like $2 or something. You can also, we have a membership program which allows you to get into access to the Discord Patreon rewards, which is like digital content and art and stuff like that. All that's for our YouTube members. This is Jonas's, by the way. I'm not drawing this. Don't think I'm drawing this. I switched over for a little bit. Now I'm going back. I gotta give this beefy boy a trench coat now. I kind of want this guy yelling. Stop using animals. I missed something. To what? What? Man, I'm not okay with butchering chickens, but I'm okay with eating them. I'm a horrible person, and I struggle with that on a daily basis. I didn't grow up on a farm, but I grew up. My grandparents had a farm. My parents grew up on farms, and I had to. As a kid, like that was part of growing up was like, hey, learning where your food comes from. And I remember having to slaughter chickens, and it's just like, oh man, this sucks. But I really want to eat those chicken nuggets. So one of us has to win. Chicken, not fun. Not fun. Wait, what you can tell me? I feel on a daily basis. I struggle with harassing Shanasi on a regular basis. This has become a D&D therapy show, I think, from time to time. But I don't have a reason to tell you not to harass Genasi, except that, rule 1, don't be a dick. Rule 2, don't be racist. I think rule 2 still falls into rule 1. I think rule 2 is like, don't be weird. Yeah, don't talk politics. I always feel weird tipping since it's not a part of the culture here. Like, I get the concept of tipping, but it seems weird to me. And Mr. Apple, I totally get that. Yeah, tipping. I work at a pub when I'm not here, and I'm on the fence. I don't like tipping culture per se, but we're kind of it's not so much that like it's not something that can just be rapidly changed without restructuring a lot of things. So like YouTube, basically, I get money from the ad revenue generated by all the videos that people see on the videos, and that makes sense to me. Like I'm getting paid by your time to watch the commercials, so that's one thing. Sure, I mean, I will always be very open about that kind of stuff if you have questions about it. So please let me know. I also have been problems. Yeah, don't feel like you are obligated to tip ever. If you do want to become a member, like I said, you're very welcome to. There's also the Patreon. Patreon is a great way to do it. Because I need. Hey, it keeps the channel going. That's what makes the dream work. Arm of Stone. I gotta see this. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like where that's going. Even if they cover their ears, I can still mess with their hair. Mr. Apples, I do really dig the like hair flames. so I don't know why you'd want to mess with it, but I do like that aesthetic, so I can definitely see checking it out. I don't know. Maybe he got his hair enchanted. If Guff's hair magically becomes on fire, that's a thing. Well, if he's got a flaming head of hair, that's the thing he's got. I don't judge. Just put your heads on the fire. Yeah, I'm a little. I'm pretty sure I think that is how magic fire works. I think that's totally legit. Some fire does hurt everybody. Like a fireball would still blast your party. Which, once again, one of my favorite D&D sayings is, I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball. So, can I use mold earth on an earth-gen site? So, Mr. Apples, once again, can you use mold earth to mess with an earth-gen psi? Yes, will save. It's the same thing. Like all the elemental races, would have a passive resistance of magic, and that breaks rule 1. Don't be a jerk. Why are you trying to mess with people's biology? Because that's the same thing. You're basically just applying necromancy rules to elementals is what you're doing. Like, yeah, because that's really how magic works. It's like, oh, I'd like to reattach that person's arm with magic. It's like, great, like that's a thing you can do. It's just science, man. Yeah, that got real dark real fast. We're gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, so there's definitely I think those are all legit things to do with those spells. Hey, yeah, you know, self-deprecating humor not always great. Once again, you can't tell sometimes. There's a fine line, and now we're getting way off topic. Should maybe I should have this trench coat open. I think maybe that would be a better use of this coat. Let's get the rest of the pose laid in. Maybe he lost his arm saving a puppy. Had to get rock arms to replace it. I could imagine that would not be a good time. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do that. How do I want to do this mask? Just call your big, powerful genie partner. Arrogant sire say more. Don't. Arrogant sire safe because you don't know what to do with them. Gust? I don't know, Mr. Apples. I'm not sure what to go with that. What? So how's everybody else doing in the Discord chat today? We have a lot of people jumped in here. That's good to hear. Will saves from everybody. Okay, I don't know. What do people think about this pose? I think it's better. Is it blurry? I want to make forearms with magic. Definitely a thing that you can do. Gaby, that's definitely something you can do. Alchemists can actually do that, which I think is pretty great. Wait, you want to make forearms like from the elbow down, or you want to make quadra arms? I think you said forearms. Like, I think having forearms like, what was that guy from Street Fighter? Gordo? That doesn't sound right. Mortal Kombat. This guy from Mortal Kombat. The guy with 4 arms. I know, but the hair. Mess with the hair. I'm not sure if we've like stumbled onto a weird fetish where we're just like disrupting people's hair with magic. I hope not. I hope not, because I think that breaks some of the rules of our Discord chat. But yeah, I like the idea of like flaming hair. It's pretty cool. Now this guy just looks like he's on fire. Which maybe that's okay. Actually, maybe that would be pretty cool. Maybe we should do that. He is an ASMR. Like, they can. So instead of drawing an ASMR today, we've drawn a fire wizard and and like a rock efreet. So many again size. If a fire again size would be weaker with extinguished flames, would they be more powerful if you made it double in size? Why would they be weaker if you extinguish their flames? Is that something in the book that I don't know about? Is that legit? I've never heard that before. I always thought it was just kind of a weird aesthetic. Okay. I don't know if that's in the book either. I think you could probably extinguish a dragon flame. Depends on the rules. That's definitely a way to do it. Depends on your lore, I guess. There's a monk subclass in Unleashed Arcana that can give you 4 arms. That's cool. I didn't know about that one. I've always used the extra limbs from the Alchemist, and there's a few spells that allow you to like transmogrify yourself to do that. Yonti with 4 arms? I think that'd be legit. I don't see a problem with that. Yeah. Like a pure... Well, I think having 4 arms specifically... you just have to take the negatives from it. So, like, with multi-attack... Yeah, like, more expensive armor, that'd be a way to do it, definitely. Complete guess here, which would I need to test it with science? But yeah, no, you absolutely could have multiple weapons. It's just a matter of... like full rounds or taking your bonus action to make 2 extra attacks or 3 extra attacks. Negatives. 2 greatswords? If you could wield it, I would think that would be pretty dope. Yeah. I would say if you did that, what I would rule it as, if you had multiple arms, is you're basically just going to take a lot of negatives because you're swinging them slower, basically, because you can't swing both of them at the same speed you would a normal one. So, or you could, another alternative for D&D would be you could take 2 attacks if you have the dual attack feat, and then you would just take disadvantage on all your attacks for that round because you're just kind of like wailing. And then I would allow basically take the dual wielding feat twice to get rid of that, and I think that would be fine. Because then you're burning a feat to gain the monster feat that they would have normally because of balancing. A 4-armed kobold double wielding greatswords, is that your jam? Technically, you could give yourself 4 arms by using shaped water to make 2 arms and keeping them there. That is a creative use of that, but I don't know how well they'd be able to like hold a sword up. I would probably not allow that. Like, I wouldn't say you could combat with those. Yeah. What the hell was it? We just drew one on Friday, like the Stitch. That's a cool idea. I like that. Great sword with a shield. I would allow you to hold a great sword with 2 arms and then have a shield in the other, I guess. I still think you would take a negative to that unless you took feats specifically to combat it. And homebrewing feats like that I think are fair because really what you're doing is you're giving up leveled abilities to do something unique like that. Yeah, Titan groups. There's definitely one of those. Ring of Ant Hall or Giant's Belt, yeah. Control flame. I can kill it. Use your as was like use your whole body of armor to mold earth and control flames. At this point, you're basically just using a whole bunch of cantrips, Mr. Apples, to become an artificer, which I think is kind of that's how that works. Like mastering all these little cantrips, and the only thing you're missing there is time. And that I think is really something that is kind of not looked over. A lot of the things we do in combat, they take 6 seconds. So like moving earth, oh yeah, you can shift it. But if you're doing like fine-tuned things, I think it's going to take a lot longer. So if you wanted to do something like that, I don't think it's something you could do at basically like combat speeds. I think it would take a long time, especially if you're trying to harden earth with fire. Like that's a lot of fire and a lot of time. So +1 AC. All right, fair enough. Thanks for hanging out, Gaby. I think he already left. So thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you next time. Why? That's why you do it outside the boss room. I also have had parties do that where they're like, okay, we're standing outside the boss room. I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. It's like every time you do something, I'm going to roll to see if they hear you. Because you're literally just outside their door. But that kind of stuff, I'm totally okay with. I think it's great that people try to plan and figure stuff out. Hey, what's going on? Quick, harden the metal. But no, it is really just. I think a lot of people, especially with cantrips can be very powerful. They're just not meant to be powerful when they're limited. I mean, they're in the time frame you have. Like, what? Tons of people train dragons. Let's do this. Man, I'm struggling. I'm chugging with this one. This one's going to take me a while, I think. I'm going to have some issues, but we're having some good conversation, which is good. Carry like a wheelbarrow of dirt in your bag and hold it up, then pick it up and use it once and fight it. You're done. You can return to the dirt in the wheelbarrow. That's how Gara works in Naruto. Yeah, she's got a jar of sand with him the whole time. I guess Katara does that in Avatar too. She just carries around a jug of water. Yeah, players only took damage. There used to be a problem with the old school D&D books. Conjure water just said a container. It didn't have limitations, and so people would like, oh, I'm going to summon 5 gallons of water in that guy's lungs. It's like, cool. Cool use of a spell. I don't think that's going to work, but I will let you try it. And that's really the problem with cantrips is they are supposed to be kind of utilitarian spells. I mean, even with the warlock, like, yeah, Eldritch Blast is specifically designed as it's basically a bow, right? I mean, that's like, I want to shoot an arrow, but with magic. It's a great, do it. Like, that's fine. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. Didn't we just talk about killing animals wasn't cool? I thought we just talked about that. Maybe I didn't get that. Maybe I got the wrong part of the thing. Don't know. Either way. Create water spell. Not cool. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the chat today. people. Yeah, it's fine. I think we're just really, really off topic. It's. Well, hello to, what was the name? Hunter? Well, Hunter gets a shout out, I guess, today. So that's cool. There you go. No Minecraft today. Looks like Terraria just came out with a big patch. I might check that out. I haven't played that in a while. Yeah, I don't know. Rule 1, everybody. Rule 1, don't be a dick. Like, that's it. That's the whole rule of the internet. It's the rule of everything right there. Apparently not. It was a very useful way to use it. Yeah, you can do a lot with the cantrips, I think is where we're going with those. I think cantrips, a lot of people do just see cantrips, especially a lot of A lot of wizards just like, oh, that's only, a level 1 spell. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Or a cantrip just doesn't do any damage. That's dumb. I'm not taking it. It's like, well, look at the other ones. There are some really cool level 1 spells. It's part of my reason with being so pissy about dark vision. Like, most magic casters can take light. So, like, the being able to use light is really cool. And I think D&D is just kind of like, instead of trying to make people take light, let's just give everybody dark vision. And it's like, but them having to cast it, having to hold it, and know what they're doing with the things that they have lit is, I think, really important to the game. At least I like that kind of mechanic. Stinking, it's called Stinking Cloud. That's Poison Cloud, same thing. Yep, they work exactly like Obscuring Mist, but also do damage or effects. Both of those things do exist, indeed. Okay, so this is supposed to be like an armor-plated coat. Fog, yeah. I'm pretty good about it. We just used one the other day. That worked out pretty well. Basically, just I like the Pathfinder 50%. How do I say this? The way I rule it, and I think it's slightly stated like this for fog, is that if someone is in the fog and you can like generally see where they are, or you knew where they were. I think in D&D you just have disadvantage because they're technically like not seen. Obscured, yeah. In Pathfinder, it's a 50-50 chance that you will hit them. So I always do it that way. It's like, I think this guy's there, I'm going to attack. If it's going to hit him, I flip a coin. If it succeeds, then you get to attack. If you fail, you miss. Straight up. You straight up miss. You don't even have to roll. And that speeds it up a lot. And then if you're in the fog and you're next to somebody, I basically say, like, you can see them, but they're partially concealed because you can't really totally see where they're coming from. And both people take 20% chance. So you just roll a d20, and on a 1, they miss. 20% chance to miss. Sorry, if you roll below a 5, roll below a 5. Yeah, that's the other thing. I will generally give people, if they do have full concealment like that, a lot of the times I say you can keep attacking that spot. And if you shoot, miss, like you don't see it. And I'll basically move my pieces in the fog as I see it. And then if anybody gets within 5 feet of somebody, it's like, oh, you see there's a spot here, and you're not sure who it is. And if there are 2 players in it, I will usually, if they roll an attack at someone and they're standing next to one of their friends, I'll make them have another like small percentage that they're actually going to attack their friend on accident. There are extenuating circumstances with that, like whether or not, if someone's a large creature, and it's like, oh, they're the only large creature, you're not going to mistake them for the goblin that you're fighting. But yeah, lots of little things like that. And I really think it depends on the terrain. It depends on the players. But I like the idea that you can be completely obscured by that kind of stuff. And if you're a rogue, I give you a big bonus to stealth, and then same thing. You can sneak attack through it. But there is still that chance that you're going to miss just because you can't see. Yep, that happens. Sometimes you just miss. Yeah, I think Guff is going to have a good time hitting people and just not do a lot of damage. Which, I mean, with a greatsword, he still has the potential to do a lot of damage, but. Yeah. I'm also a big fan about flanking. I really enjoy flanking. But I do have some players that basically rely on it. Like, they basically only like, oh, this is dumb, I can't get flanking. It's like, yeah, use something else. It's like you don't always have to flank the person. Guff is from the live play we did. Is Jonas's character. Unfortunately. What's wrong with Guff? Guff is a kobold barbarian. Could have been worse. It could have been actually. I wanted to inform the room. I wanted to inform any other guy who was friends with the guy. I failed to. What? I feel like someone's completely in control of the DM. Read things like thought in your interrogation and use in the DM can say it's not thinking of that. Yeah, so what Maggie's saying, I think, is, and this is kind of what it is. If you tell me, like, this is my intent to do something with a spell, it's still up to the DM what happens. And that was kind of my argument with my friend when he wanted to. I want to take the dirt, encase the person, and then crush them to death. It's like, okay, that's your intent. I'm going to roll some saves. You only had about 2 inches of dirt, so he's kind of stalled out this turn, and now but he breaks out of it. It doesn't hurt him. Like, you physically just can't focus enough magic to hurt him. So I think... Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Rugby spawned from us drawing goblins for an entire week. And then we started drawing bugbears for a week. And then we did kobolds for a week. And then all of a sudden we had goblin bugbear kobolds. And Rugby just kind of came out of that. Yep. Mold Earth doesn't allow damage, only the fall damage. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, the book is kind of specific about what Mold Earth is supposed to do. That being said, if you get enough dirt and you, like, shift it on somebody, I could see them being pinned or trapped or falling in a hole. There's definitely lots of things you can do like that, but it's not meant to be like, I grab 2 boulders and I crush them, because that's not what it's for. That's what catapult is for. Catapult is a different spell. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's I think what you just said, like someone trying to start a landslide with Move Earth is, I think that's perfectly legitimate, but it's in the DM's discretion to be like, you guys are all in the way. You realize that, right? Okay, everybody make reflex saves. Okay, we're gonna get some baggy pants because yeah. Fireball, man. Didn't ask how big the room was. Poison elements? Are you talking like poison elementals or poison in general? I'm not a big fan of how D&D does poison. I think it's a little strange, but I'm not a big fan of how Pathfinder does poison either, so it's definitely got to be a different way to do it. Yeah, damage over time is kind of one of those things that's a little weird in RPGs. Yeah, they kind of removed a lot of it. They all told him stop, it's a bad idea, and then boom, everybody died except him. With a thunder wave. Interesting. Why would you do that? Yeah, I think they definitely did something weird with basically all poisons are poison, and it affects everybody and everything the same, which I think is really weird. So like, so with goblins in Pathfinder, they have a lot of like feces covered knives, and so they disease you, and it's like, oh. But in D&D, it's just like, oh, they have poisonous weapons, and it's like, That's not the same as getting bitten by a snake. Like I'm not okay with that. But whatever. Yeah, acid damage I think is a little more more to point for poison damage in D&D. But in Pathfinder, yeah. Which, actually, that came into play this week because my players discovered that people were being infected with ghoul fever. And the paladin was like, well, I'm immune to that. So just started running around. I'm like, just because you know something about this doesn't, whatever. And then basically got paralyzed because that wasn't what they were fighting. And it was like, this is your own hubris coming back to get you. Not my fault. Yep, that's generally how it works. You know, I've had that happen too. I gave someone a fireball necklace, which is, I think, a pretty cool item. But they were a rogue, and they were just like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm like, well, I mean, you just use it. You use it when it becomes advantageous. Yeah, exactly. Just you throw it at people, and stuff explodes. That's good. I think that's just how magic works. I think that's better. Okay, I like this pose. This is going somewhere now. How would you hold? There's a spell called, what is it, Stinking? Yep, yeah, there's one of those. It's like sticky toxic stuff. Pretty weird. I'd have to look it up. I can't remember what it's called. What is this? Someone's astral self monk. Oh, that's really cool. I like that, Corvus. That's pretty strong. I mean, technically that's what mimics are. They just stick you with goo and then eat you. My paladin is not the brightest player. He tried to somersault over a table in a noble's party and failed and got kicked out, so they threw a pot through the window and got chased by the guards. Strong, if you ask me. Apparently, yeah. Why would a paladin do a flip? Mental discipline. They have the advantage of saving throws against charmed or frightened conditions under tutelage of Mosaic Master. Gift that shall learn to the government their own minds. That's pretty cool. I like that. Have I flipped my image? I haven't. Let's take a look. That's not bad. I think we're doing okay. I think the head is a little weird. We can do this though. And then this hand is going to need to be, we got the thumb over here, I think. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of rust monsters. I think it's an interesting idea. And I definitely, whenever I've done like one or two of those, and I usually try to preempt my characters with, oh look, it's eating something, and they're like, oh crap. It's like, yeah, can't use your weapons, now what? I think those kind of, we talked about this last week too, of just like, it's not really okay for a DM to punish their players. You can definitely make things difficult for your players, but punishing them, I'm not a big fan of that at all. Right. Yeah. Like I've had. Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely had a lot of people tell me like, oh, I had this guy that just used the glaive and killed everybody with reach. It's like, yeah, they're a bugbear. That's their thing. And then, so I sent a bunch of rust mobs at them and destroyed all their stuff. It's like, that sounds shitty. Like I'm not, I'm sure they had a fun time. It really is. I've had a few players that like specialize in weapons. And so when you throw something like a rust monster at them, it's like, look, this thing is going to be a threat to you. What are you going to do about it? And that becomes a challenge, not that it's just like, ha ha ha, all your stuff got eaten. Nothing you can do about it. It's like, that's no fun. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And that's kind of what I like to do, is really try to get my players to think about what they've chosen. And challenge them. Challenge is, I think, the key thing here is you really want to challenge your players, not make them suffer. Yeah. Because especially... Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a scaly rock boy. Message redacted. Alrighty. It is about noon here, so I think we're about to call it. I did not get very far with this commission, so we'll have to keep working on that throughout the week here. I'm probably going to work on that for part of the afternoon, and I might put an update for that. As always, thanks everybody again for watching. It was really cool having everybody here. We once again, the normal schedule for this week is going to be shifted a little bit, and it's going to be changed up depending on how working goes. I'm working extra long this week to kind of get things ramped up. Oh man, that arm is terrible. I'll have to look at that later. But anyways, so we might start shifting the times later or earlier. This week we're just going to do today, Wednesday, and Friday. Wednesday and Friday will be at 7 or 7:30, probably closer to 7:30 a.m. in that specific time zone. So we'll do that. We'll have fun with that. I'm going to keep working on the other video. Try to get the animatic done here this week. What was your horrible realization? Oh boy. Pirate mobile games. No good. Maggie, thanks for hanging out. Goodbye, everybody. And I hope Apple joins the Discord if you want. Yeah, Apple, you're welcome to check the Discord. There is a link down in the comments below, as well as links to the merch store, which, once again, that helps support the channel. And there's the Patreon as well. I will be sending out Patreon. My stuff just shipped today. So the $5 and up people, I think they'll be sending out some stickers to them. So if you don't have your address information on the Patreon page, please update that. I'll send that out. The $10 and up will be getting their prints and keychains when those come in. That should be hopefully in the next week. I thought they were supposed to be here today, but I just was told today they were shipped, so I must have read that wrong. But whatever with that. So thanks again for watching. Keep your dice on the table. Be safe. Be happy out there. Trying times. Support each other. Love each other. And we will catch you Wednesday.